Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda Sarai, and we're going to dive into the Aries full moon energies. This week has been so all over the place, up and down with the energies. So if you've been feeling that, you are absolutely not alone. I also want to share that right before I went live, a red cardinal came and tapped on the window. And the meaning of the red cardinal feels so deeply aligned and connected with this Aries energy. So let's dive in. It's also the Aries North Node, Libra South Node axis that we're in. The collective nodes are Aries and Libra. So here we are in Libra season with the Aries full moon for the first lunar alignment of this nodal shift. So I just saw 111. So, and Aries is very much a one energy, ignite, go. And we might be feeling a lot of chaos in the energies. I also am going to share cards because I was guided to pull cards for this video, and yeah, they were all over the place, even shuffling. I was like, what is happening? So I feel like that's just a reflection of the energies themselves right now that a lot of us are experiencing. So briefly, let's dive into the energies and then we'll get into the cards. So I also want to share that yesterday was my 7-year anniversary of my remission scan, so my rebirth day. And yesterday, it dawned on me yesterday morning that it was a 7-day when you add up the numbers, and we're in a 7-year. So for me personally, I've been going through this massive, like, energetic portal, I suppose you could say. It really felt very much like a rebirth. So I felt so crushed by the energies last week, and then Sunday and Monday, pure bliss. And then Tuesday, crushed again. And then yesterday, pure bliss. And then today, it's feeling heavy again. So it's this really wild, energetic, and not everybody's going to feel it in the same way. I'm a transmuter. We all have different roles. Even within the lightworker community, we play different roles. We feel the energies differently. But you know, for those of us who do feel it, I just want to share that because it's been really wild, but it's all for our highest good. So this Aries full moon is bringing forward a lot of a very powerful completion energy, a lot of completions that we've been experiencing over the last however many months, especially since the 5-5 portal. But I'm feeling a lot of 7 energy, not just for myself. I feel like that's coming through a lot, and that is, you know, connecting to the 7 chakras even. It's this energy of completion, of spiritual growth, and completion in a sense. So many of us may feel that we are at this threshold, this point of stepping more fully into our embodied leadership and what we're here to do on our mission. So Aries is that one energy. It's the first sign of the zodiac, that fire energy. So it's very much this leadership, this igniting your passion and your purpose, and this go energy. And there's all this other stuff that's coming up to be released. So we get to work with the fire energy in multiple ways. You know, we're working with the duality always, and Libra is the scales, it's balance, it's justice. So it's bringing that sense of harmony and balance to that fiery energy. So fires, they transform and they ignite. So the fires of alchemy, we can use that to, especially with a full moon energy, we're releasing, full moons are about releasing old baggage, ways of being that no longer serve. So using the fire energy as alchemical transmutation, of transformation of the energies that no longer serve us, particularly the fire energy of anger, of suppressed rage, of resentment, of that, you know, that simmering energy of bitterness that might be underlying something, a situation that you haven't totally let go of, that you might not even be totally consciously aware that you still have this slight energy simmering under the surface. So this is a time to do a little bit more shadow work to get really clear on what is being called to be released to the fires of transformation. So it's also this warrioress energy, that leadership, go, igniting energy. So we get to work with that, but it's this very much this in-between energy that we're in the midst of. So now is the opportunity to do that work with the fires of alchemical transformation. So yeah, this is also coming out of so this is technically the harvest moon. So we're coming out of the harvest season. We're still technically in the middle of it, although that's more Virgo energy. The autumn equinox we just exited last weekend. So for me, we're still in that portal. These energies feel very connected still to the autumn equinox energies. So if you haven't listened to my videos, the cards actually felt connected to those. So if you feel called, I'll get into that, but a few of the same cards came out and I shuffled a lot. So at first I was like, am I not supposed to use this deck right now? But it was just a little bit of subtle nudge for some people listening to maybe go back and listen to those videos if you haven't, the autumn equinox energies, but there's also a card pull. So to work with the duality, to do that shadow work. So this is about integration and that Libra energy of balance. So yes, and with the Aries North Node and the Libra South Node, this is about balancing the me and the we. So the Aries would be about the me, the Libra about the we. This is the collective energy that we're balancing. So it's about also our true calling and destiny as it aligns and weaves with the collective destiny. So we get to shed everything that is not aligned with us fully stepping into our power, our leadership, and our service for the all. So when we're in alignment with these new paradigm energies, we are operating for our highest good, which is also by default in the highest good of all, because there is no distinction between that. So it's not our needs over the needs of others, but when we're serving our own needs, it's in alignment with serving the needs of the all. If that, I think I explained that. But it's also this energy of the compass, this true north energy has come through a lot because we have the Aries North Node energy working with us as well. So the true north, North Star, compass, direction, inner compass energy, that's even reflected in the cards as well. That came out last week. It's coming out again. It started with the 777 portal for me too, actually, this compass true north energy. And then we shifted into the shift of the nodal axis later in July. So there's a lot of that energy that is following through, that is coming through right now as well, going back to July, maybe what was coming up for you then. So tune in and get clear with yourself. So just really quickly, the cardinal energy is it's a fight against insecurities. It's a message from the beyond, from heaven, from a loved one who is beyond. They come up a lot in my field connected to my Nana, my grandparents, but particularly my Nana. And it's a gentle nudge or a push from a loved one from the beyond to keep striving towards self-empowerment and to reach your goals. That was the first message that came up when I double checked it on Google before I came live. So it's that fire element also of the Holy Spirit. So that Aries energy, it's red, it's passion, it's fiery, and it's that zest for life, adventure. So there's a lot of energy that comes with the cardinal. So it felt so aligned that the cardinal just came and tapped right on my window right there, right before I went live. So a lot of beautiful energy with that. Friendship, love, devotion, loyalty is also an energy that the cardinal represents. So family, home, and protection. So there's a lot of layers to it. So yes, really tune in and get clear, create some sacred space for yourself during this full moon energy, which is the 29th, but it comes in the middle of the night technically. So we're in it on the 28th. And then of course, there's the energies are always a few days before and after with powerful super moons like this one. So I feel like they're all super moons these days, honestly. All right, so let's get into the cards. Work your light deck first. So the very first card that came out was Align Your Life. What is not aligned with, and it was 10:10 on the clock when I pulled this card up. So what is not aligned or needs to change? 10:10 is the energy of completion. So what is it time to let go of? There might be a very palpable clearing out of the old energy as far as literally purging, full moon purging, and especially exiting Virgo season, the autumn equinox. You might be called to literally let go of your stuff, like your belongings in the physical, but this is very much an internal as well. And then unbound, these feel very, very connected. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So this is a very deep karmic clearing at the same time as our personal, energetic, environmental clearing that is happening. So we are releasing in order to align fully with our true essence and our power. And then what came out was Awakening. 11:11 on the timer as I pull this one up. I did not plan that. Energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. So yes, we're integrating a lot. We have been upgrading. There's so many solar flares coming through with these energies, and it's all activating. And in order to embody it, in order to really be that energy, those higher frequency energies, we have to clear. So the awakening of our soul truth is happening. We're awakening to our true essence, our true nature, our true power. And our true calling, our soul calling as well. So we all have our unique blueprint that we're embodying. And whatever that expression is for you to get clear on, okay? So this is part of that Aries energy as stepping into the leadership, the leader of your own life. It doesn't mean you have to go lead a company or lead a whole new movement or, do anything like really huge and major like that. And maybe you will, but it's a very individual thing that you get to tune in with. Leader of your own life, leader of your family, leader of your community in some small way, shape, or form, or big. And then, okay, so again, the cards came out in a very interesting way. Awakening popped out, and then Akasha, this was the one card that was flipped in the deck. And I happened to divide the pile exactly on this card. So I was like, okay, your guidance is divinely guided. Go with it. It was like, we have to be shared with you and the collective right now. So I was like, yep, that's so obvious. This card has to be shared. Your guidance is divinely guided. Trust it. Trust the synchronicities, the signs that are coming into your field. Yesterday, on the official anniversary, I found a very large feather on my path when I took a walk. I went outside to take a walk, and I just saw 1313. A huge brown feather. I don't typically find brown feathers, so I was like, well, that's interesting, and it was very large. So feathers are always a good sign for me that like I'm on the right path, I'm in alignment, but there's always subtle nuances. And then, the aligned number energy, get clear if there's a particular aligned number that keeps coming up into your field or that you notice, right? So trust it and trust the knowings that are coming from within. So the ever unfolding rose came out next. And then, so cracked open, this is very aligned with these in-between energies and alignment and unbound, the cards that came out earlier. So cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. So yeah, it can be uncomfortable when we release, we let go of all that is not aligned. But what happens is the blossoming of our true beauty, the blossoming of our true soul essence, our truth, our inner truth, that is rooted in love and beauty. So it is a beautiful process, this process of transformation and becoming, but it's not always easy. And so then the mirror card also came out. Who or what is triggering you? So mirror energy to me can also, it can mean multiple different things, so really tune in with it yourself, because there is a lot of this divine counterpart energy coming through as well. Libra is about partnership. So in the collective, there is a lot of energy of us getting closer to divine union if you're on that kind of a path. But in order to do that, we have to get clear on what's triggering us, because they can be very igniting kind of relationships if we're not really stabilized in our own truth, in our own body, our own physical vessel. If we haven't totally cleared out the traumas and the triggers from the past, that union is going to be fraught with friction and fiery energy that might not be of the best. We want the fires of passion, but not the fires of just like burning shit down, right? So but again, this can just, it doesn't have to relate to divine union, but this is divine union within as well. So we have that energy. If we want to come into divine union within ourselves, we have to get clear on what is still triggering us. Where do we still hold a little bit of that energy, maybe about some situation or some individual from our past, because that might be a clue for us. So the final card that came out, and it was at the end, the Keepers of the Earth. So we have this new earth energy, but also there's just a lot of nature in here, but a lot of moon. I just feel like there's a lot of balance in this, and it's interesting because this says mirror, and this is like mirror image on the sides of the cards as well. So you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So that's a beautiful affirmation, also connecting with the cardinal. Cardinals are seen to be messengers from heaven, generally speaking. So yes, eagles, there's lions, there's elephants, there's angel wings, there's ancestors, earth, moon, all of it, mountains, magic, all sorts of energy in this card. All right, and then from the next deck, the Lemurian Star Child deck, these cards came out all sorts of chaotic. Seriously, I could hardly shuffle the deck. The cards were flying, but in droves. Like I was like, I can't, you like, please give me just a few cards, a concise message. I like couldn't shuffle. And then they were flying out there, but in groups of 5. And I was like, okay, guys, this is too much. But like what popped right out before I even like fully shuffled was this restore card, but it's this dragon energy. So time out for you, but we also have the number 1. So time out for you, nature, more of that nature energy, and shamanic codes. This, I feel a very shamanic nature energy in this card too. So it felt like the last pull from the first deck, first pull from the next deck. So we also have this red energy. So it's like that fire inside, the fire inside the dragon, but then we have this very nurturing balancing of the fire's energy depicted in the card as well. So give yourself time and space to regenerate, to restore. The energies coming in are activating us at a very profound level. So we need that time to integrate and restore, and that is what a full moon is about. So we have that dragon fire, power, warrioress energy, that go, go, go. But it's also like, in order to really do that, we have to make sure we're rested. So something big might be coming, and we need to be prepared to be able to take action on all of that, right? So big shifts might be coming for some of us. And then in order to really be able to handle it, we have to get grounded and get stabilized in ourselves. So we need that time to restore. And then what came out? Arise. And this is a lot more water energy. So again, that balance of balancing the fires, but it's this really beautiful, peaceful energy of just this calm, arising energy. Know and flow as the love that you are, bliss. I mean, hi, it's a butterfly. And this is actually the foundational card of the deck itself. So it doesn't even have a number. So this is us really stepping into our truest essence, but allowing it to blossom, allowing it to arise from within. So when we allow that fire energy to work through us, to burn away all that is not aligned, and to reveal the beauty that lies within. This really peaceful, grounded energy gets to arise from within us. So she's got this crown energy, soul star, connected to the divine guidance. Dolphins are 5D, like playful, pure love kind of energy, communication. This high frequency water healing is a big one. And yeah, there's like a lot of gold, and it's like that subtle fire energy above. It's like the calm fires, not that like fiery energy. So then we have the crown. So that felt, look, after this arise, it felt very, very aligned. So our crowns may be coming more fully online, and that's the 7th chakra, that number 7 coming in again. So again, a number 1 card, right to know, go beyond attachments, divine alignment. So go beyond attachments, that's very much clearing out what's triggering us, what is keeping us in those old patterns, what is not aligned for us, getting back to the beginning of the second pole. So this is what happens. We get to activate and come fully online and allow those deeper knowings to come through. Divine alignment is then what comes through. And then we get to know thyself more fully when we are activated and aligned. So meditate, who am I? The veil is lifting, the veil of illusion on who we really are, and we're opening up to receive. We're opening our hearts and we're opening up our crowns to receive the true knowings. So this is when I was like, oh, this is connecting to the autumn equinox energies, because also this card came out next and they were completely not next to each other, completely shuffled. Everything was like going haywire in that deck, but they still both came out. And so there might be messages in the reading from the equinox as well. But this is crown color, the violet energy, and the purple and the violet and the gold. So I didn't even note the colors on this card the last time, but that gold energy was coming through very strong in that reading. But yeah, this is very much what comes from releasing all of the illusion of the density and the attachments and what is triggering us, knowing thyself. This is really what it's about. Activating that crown helps us to really truly align with our divinity. And then that true north energy is coming through again, inner compass, and just FYI, 5 and 5, they add up to 10, completion, wholeness. But 5 is also about change. So there's that duality coming through, but the balancing of the Libra energy. So 5 and 5 makes 10. So trust your inner guidance. We have that you are divinely guided card as well. So there's a lot of tying in of the whole message from the previous deck to this one. Inner compass, support, trust your guidance. So that inner compass energy is very strong right now, connecting back to the 777 portal in particular, and the shifting of the nodes. And this is the first full moon in the nodal axis. So here we go. And then what else do I want to say about this unicorn? That's the Taur, the Glastonbury Taur. Avalon energy has been coming through a lot for me personally, but this is the heart chakra of the planet. So yes, trust whatever else is standing out for you in this image. And this one is what came out, essences and energies, next to last. So I was actually putting the cards away, and I have to say, I had seen this card like 5 times while shuffling. So it didn't necessarily pop out or come out when I pulled, but when I was putting it away, it was like, hi, I'm still here. Are you paying attention? So I was like, okay, I'm paying attention. Attune to subtle energies, balance, frequency holders. So that attuning to subtle energies is literally how the card came out. After all the chaos of the cards flying everywhere, this one was just quietly waiting. So it feels like there is that message of that inner voice that is wanting us to settle in, to meditate, to tune out the noise so we can hear it. so we can hear the inner guidance that is coming through the subtle messages, through the signs and synchronicities in our environment. Are we paying attention? Are we listening? Are we tuning in enough? So give yourself the time and space to do that. Balance, Libra energy, frequency holders. So this is what we're being called to do. Hold the frequency of love, joy, peace, harmony, bliss. So when we release all the baggage, this is what we get to become. So our true north, no matter what we do, is to hold the frequency of who we are here to be. And then we have that whale energy. So that came through last week as well. So, or for the autumn equinox. So I feel like for a number of people, you may want to go back and see how this all flows together, because the truth is it does all flow. It always, see how it's connecting to the 777 portal, to the autumn equinox, to the nodal shift, to all of it. Everything has been leading us up to this now moment. Always it's that way, but it's just becoming more visible and palpable to those of us who are paying attention to the subtle energies. And then the final card that was right beneath this one, which I wouldn't have seen if I didn't pay attention, was manifest, co-creation, gratitude, divine alignment, again, joyful vision. So I felt like this is just such a beautiful message to wrap up the reading and the message, because it's just, this is what happens when we release all the baggage, when we come into alignment, know thyself, tune in with the subtle energies. This is how manifestation flows in this new paradigm, this golden age frequency type energy. It is not from an energy of forcing. It is not from this energy of like the distortion of the law of attraction, which isn't necessarily wrong, but it's not complete. And where are we manifesting from? Our ego or our soul? So we're being called to really align and then manifest and co-create from that place, co-create with the divine. So joyful visions, trust that inner compass that is always guiding you toward bliss, towards joy. So yes, and I just love the colors in this are very earthy and calm as well. So we've got the green, the violet, the blue. So it's like those fires have calmed and we're just so grounded in who we are that we manifest and co-create with ease and bliss and joy. And that's how it's meant to be. So I hope this resonates with you. I so appreciate any likes, subscribes, comments. How are you feeling in these energies? I really appreciate it. It helps the channel. It also helps us to connect with each other. And we're co-creating energetically all the time. So when you interact, I'm tapping into your energies as well. And it also helps other people to see the messages. So I really appreciate you. And if you'd like to go deeper, I will add a few links below for my offers, including the Integrating Duality guide, which includes a beautiful meditation and activation, probably my favorite yet, that came through last weekend. It's really beautiful and it's very accessible. So I am sending you much love on this journey, onward and upward, and love and light. Oh, and actually, final thing, I will be sharing a full podcast on my reflections on my 7-year Cancerversary, which I will post here on my YouTube channel as well. And tomorrow we are launching episode 1 of a brand new podcast I'm co-hosting as well for Cancer Warriors. So the Cancer Warriors podcast is going to be launching tomorrow. So if you or anyone you know is going through it or has gone through it, because we talk about all aspects of the journey having, come out. I'm 7 years out now myself. So please consider sharing it and letting them know. And yes, just so appreciate you for being here, and I will see you soon.